Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you had a great start to your first real weekend of summer. And we got a lot of stuff going on here, and actually, some of it relates to summer. So let's get into it. So, 5Q tape breakdown. Here's a snippet of a life insurance on annuity script with a client. And more importantly, listen to what the last minute or so, and I can give you a couple of hints that have already or have really helped me stay focused when I'm with a client. So, guys, these 5Q tape breakdowns, please watch them, and more importantly, what should you be doing every day? What should you be doing every single day? First thing you get in the office. Everybody answer this. Nick's got it. Hope Nick's not the only one who knows it. Steven's got it. Okay, everybody's coming in. There's nothing more important than that 15-minute drill. 15-minute drill, because what is it doing? What is the 15-minute drill helping us learn? And what I'm doing with the 5Q tape breakdown is giving you things that you can work on the 15-minute drill. What's it doing for us? What skill is it working on? What skill does it help us continually to hone? Communications and GOTS. That's it, right? Because you're not going to. It's not for the scripting. It's for learning to be better at GOTS, getting on their side. If you are awesome, and I've had a couple people in the last month say, "Well, Mike, can I ever do it as smoothly as you?" Guys, how do you think I got this smooth? Do you really think that I'm the kind of guy that gets on people's side normally? Do you think that that's really my personality? It's the kind of guy who gets people on people's side? Or am I argumentative? Am I in your face? I'm right, you're wrong? That's who I am. That is my nature. I have a hair trigger temper. If somebody disagrees with me, my blood pressure immediately spikes. I'm immediately in attack mode. It's the Napoleonic syndrome of being 5'6". So, guys, the only way I got this good and the only way I stay this good is even after 20 years, I still start out every single day doing the 15-minute drill. Now, why do I have to do that every day? Why do I have to do the 15-minute drill every day? Is it in my human nature? That's right, to stay sharp, Daniel, to stay sharp. The thing is that if I don't do it every day, guess what happens to my ability to overcome my weaknesses of being in attack mode constantly? I would start to lose that. So we need, just like, what's the best football tacklers in the league? What do they have them do? Best football tacklers in the NFL, what do they have them do? Tackle every single day. Do they say, okay, do it once. Okay, you got it. You still got it. You can go hit the showers, take the rest of the day off. No, they have it do it over and over and over again. Why do they have the best tacklers in the league tackle over and over again? The best receivers catch passes over and over again. Why? Why do they do that? So they don't so they don't degrade. So they maintain those high levels of skills. And it's really even more important for us because human nature is to catch a ball. Human nature is they are not going against human nature when they're tackling somebody. But you know what? You and I, as salespeople, it's against human nature, our human nature, to ask questions and to listen to them and to get on their side because we've been trained in our natural inclination is to tell, sell, preach, and teach. And it's that 15-minute drill that starts to interrupt our natural inclination to tell, sell, preach, and teach. And the only way you're going to get good at it, and the only way you're going to get smooth at it, and the only way you're going to make sure once you are good and smooth at it that it doesn't degrade is make sure you're doing that 15-minute drill every single day. We're into summer now, so you're maybe not as busy. So now would be a great time to start locking that habit in of doing that every single day. And why should you do it first thing in the morning? I don't like to work out. And in fact, I'm old now. So working out in the morning, I'm creaky, stiff when I get up in the morning. I'd be much better off working in the afternoon, but I still work out in the morning. Why? Even though I'm more likely to get an injury, more likely to be because I'm so creaky and stiff, why do I do it in the morning? That's right, Nick. Why, guys? Make sure I get it done. Because if I wait till the afternoon, guess what I come up with? All sorts of reasons not to do it. So make sure this 15-minute drill is the first thing you do on your business day. There's nothing more important Are emails more important than the 15-minute drill? I want everybody to answer this. Are looking at your emails or doing your voicemail, is that more important than the 15-minute drill? What would happen if you didn't do those, either the email or the voicemail for 15 minutes? Would that affect your business at all? If the people who sent you a notice, whether it was via voicemail or email, didn't get you to get back to them within 15 minutes. Does that make sense? So please, please, please make sure you're doing that 15-minute drill. This is 100 years ago, from 2015, so it's pretty close to where we are now. The average life expectancy is 47 years. Fuel for cars was only sold in drugstores. Only 14% of the homes had a bathtub. 8% of the homes had a telephone. Maximum speed limit in most cities was 10 miles per hour. The tallest structure in the world was the Eiffel Tower. The U.S. average wage was 22 cents an hour. The average U.S. worker made $200 to $400 per year. More than 95% of all births took place at home. 90% of all doctors had no college education. Instead, they attended so-called medical schools, many of which were condemned in the press and government as substandard. So how much has things changed in the last 100 years, guys? A lot. So let me ask you a question. A lot of things have changed. A lot of companies have really come to fruition. So what stock has had the highest return in the last century? What stock has had the highest return in the last century? Okay, I got somebody says Amazon. Got a Ford. Got a GE. Oh, Jerry, you little putz. That's because I gave you the answer. IBM, ATT. So most people say Amazon and Apple. Amazon was up at an amazing 2,300%. Apple was up 5,300%. None of you gave me the right answer. First of all, is this impressive or not? Are these two numbers impressive? Holy cow. Look at this number, though. Monster Energy, 60,000%. 60,000%. So why is this important? Why is this important? What do most of our competitors tell their clients about their abilities? What are some of the things our competitors tell their clients about their abilities? What do they tell them? So they know, that's good, Michael. They know what? What do they, that they can forecast? Sure, Gregory. That they're best. What are they the best at? That they can analyze companies, Dan. Yeah. They tell them, hey, work with me because I can help you get what? Work with me because I can help you get what? I can help you get what? The best return. That's right, the best return. So if you want to crush your competition, dude, if you are if a competitor is promoting himself as being able to figure out what the best return is, should he or she be able to tell their client what company has gotten the highest rate of return in the last 100 years? Should they be able to do that? And actually, with the three companies we're talking about, which is Amazon, Apple, and Monster, we could say in the last 100 years. How about should they be able to tell you the company's got the highest rate of return in the last 20 years? If they can't, then what are they worth? What is their not? If they cannot even tell you the stock that got the highest rate of return in the last 20 years, or the last 100 years, what are they worth in predicting or helping you get into the best stock right now? So if you want to crush your competition and you're in a competitive situation, just say, well, can I ask you a question? What stock has gotten the highest rate of return in the last 20 years? I'm not sure. Apple, Amazon. I mean, that's what most people are going to guess nowadays. Maybe like we had also Ford and GE. But well, if I didn't know that as a investment professional, if I did not know that what the stock was to get the highest rate of return in the last 20 years, should I be promoting myself as a stock expert? Should I be promoting myself as an investment expert? What do you think your client's going to say or your prospect's going to say when you ask them that question? Glad, yeah, everybody's saying no. I shouldn't be promoting myself. So if you really want to know, if you're asking, just if you want one simple question to ask your advisor to determine whether whether they're should be promoting themselves as a competent financial professional, as a competent professional when it comes to investments. Ask them one question: what stock has gotten the highest rate of return in the last 25 years or the last 100 years? If they don't know the answer to that question, what does that tell you about the person you're working with? So, is that, guys, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. It's what gives you the edge. It's what gives you the edge. Does that make sense? So little things like this can really go a long way. You know, and the sad thing is, how many stockbrokers out there would know the answer to that question? And yet they're promoting, I'll guarantee you that 99% of them don't know the answer to that question. And yet they're promoting themselves as investment professionals. What a joke. What a joke. So that's something that you can very easily use to demonstrate to somebody that you know more than what the current advisor's doing, and that they should not be relying on their current advisor for financial advice or investment advice. So the annual inflation rate is where? 2 or 3%. So what is our job as advisors? What is our job as advisors? For people who are retired, what's our job as advisors? For people who are retired, to make them the most money possible, is that our job? To make them the most money possible, is that our job? That's right, Glad. To at least keep up with inflation, keep their lifestyle. And I do, inflation, stocks versus bonds, and everyone's a genius, right? All of our competition is genius. So I'm going to go through something I constantly go through, but it's been about a year or 18 months since we've done this, so I want to give you the current numbers. So many of you, or most of you, know this, but the new guys, gals on the system probably don't know this. Do stocks keep you ahead of inflation? Do stocks keep you ahead of inflation? I got 2 no's. Nobody else is answering. Not always is the best answer. I got a yes. I got a no. Barely if they do. So the question is yes, and the question is no. I think Glad gave the best answer is not always. So let's look at that. So from 2000 to 2016, the S&P 500 went from 1517 to 1940. That's an average of 1.74% a year. Did it keep up with inflation from 2000 to 2016? No. Okay. NASDAQ, same thing, 1%. Did it keep up with inflation? No. So stocks don't necessarily keep you ahead of inflation. Also, from 1965 to 1982, what $100 bought in 1965, cost $306 in 1982. If you bought in the S&P 500, put $100 in the S&P 500 in 1965, it would have grown to $137. Did that keep you ahead of inflation? Did the market keep you ahead of inflation? No. So one of the things that people will say with these numbers is what? Well, Mike, you're not including, no, you can't with the NASDAQ, but how about with the S&P 500? Mike, you're not including what? Dividends. And what's the answer to somebody who says you're not including dividends? We're also not including what? Fees. So unless you're investing and not getting paid for investing, unless you're investing in indexes where there's no turnover, because when you add up turnover and fees, what happens to the dividend question? Yeah, it's a non-issue. It's apples to apples. We're comparing apples to apples. Okay? So from 1965, so 2000 to 2016, it didn't keep up with inflation. 1965 to 1982, it didn't keep up with inflation because inflation was 2.5 or 2.25 times greater than what the stock market did. So that means over the past 53 years, from 1965 to 2018, 65 to 1982, it lagged inflation. 1983 to 99, 17 years, it was ahead of inflation. 2000, 2016, lagged inflation. So far, it's the last 2 years, it's ahead of inflation. But right now, with us being at the very end, have we seen a 20% correction? Have we seen a 20% correction, which is the definition of a bear market, since 2008? So that means we're near the beginning of a bear market or the end of a bear. I'm sorry, the beginning of a bull market or the end of a bull market. So yeah, so for 2 years we've been ahead of inflation. What are we likely to see sooner rather than later? Yeah, tick, 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 right. So, but even based on the numbers, now current, up to 2018, 34 of the past 53 years, basically 2/3 of the time, the market did not keep up with inflation. Again, just like the monster stock question, how many of your competitors would know this? How many of your competitors would know this? I would say none. I would say zero. I'd put a 10 grand bet on to your 1,000 that if I grabbed a stockbroker and said, do stocks stay ahead of inflation, they would say yes. Now, what do we do with that information? It's a way to show how we're different from everybody else out there. Does that make sense? So time is a wonderful way of showing us reality matters. And what do all the experts say about investing? When I say experts, let's look at some of these experts. Warren Buffett, first rule, don't lose money. Second rule, don't forget the first rule. Christopher Brown, as Warren Buffett advised, the first rule of investing, don't lose money. Second rule is, let me get it up here. Anybody know who Seth Klarman is? Is he an expert or no expert when it comes to stock market? How about Bruce Berkowitz? He's considered the expert out there other than Warren Buffett. Avoiding permanent loss of capital is the #1 rule. Avoiding loss is the important prerequisite of investment success. Possibility of permanent loss is a risk I worry about. Oaktree, and Oaktree is one of the best investors out there right now as well. Worry about, and every practical investor I know worries about it. We feel the first and foremost responsibility of every investor is preserve capital. So guys, these are idiots or people who know what they're talking about when it comes to the stock market. Dan Davidovitz, Maneshi Pabrai, Irving Kahn, go down here, Einhorn, Zell, Tom Perkins, Ray Dalio. Who knows who Ray Dalio is? What do all these, look at all these very, very smart guys. And what do they say? Grow your money as much as possible, or what do they say? The #1 way you grow money is what? Don't lose it. Don't lose it. So if we're after what we're trying to do with our clients is keep them ahead of inflation, what do we need to concentrate on? Give them the highest rate of return, or make sure that they never lose what they already have? Preserve, preserve, preserve. Make sense? Oops, I'm going to go down. Okay. So we're in the summer now, and a lot of people cut back on their, at least in the northern climes, we cut back on how much we work because we don't have many of these nice months like we do. But there's still some things we can do in summertime that will be beneficial to you to make money and kind of kill two birds with one stone. So you can either go and spend time on the beach, spend time with your family, relax, I get it, slow down, and then really hit it hard in the fall. But if you want to do some fun things in the summer that'll still make you money, you know, is it okay to make some money in the summer, even when you're not working maybe as hard? So first thing is I did all my annual reviews in the summer. I did not want to be doing annual reviews in the spring, the winter, in the spring, or the fall and the winter. I did all my annual reviews in the summer. Why did I do all my annual reviews in the summer? Why did I do all my annual reviews in the summer? Because guess what I was doing from September until May? Guess what I was doing from September till May? Workshops. I was bringing on new clients from September through May. I was constantly marketing those months. So that meant I needed to do all my interviews in the summer. Now, a lot of guys do annual reviews a silly way. What they do is all they do is get together with their clients and and tell them what's gone on. What a waste of review. What should you be doing with at every annual review? What are some things you should be doing at every annual review? We have a site, if you look down here on meeting process, new client annual review, we have a process for bringing in our clients. We have a process for interviews. So what should we be doing on the annual reviews? Adding new business, I agree with that. Guys, here's the thing. First thing you should do with them is go through all the non-financial things again. Survivor's Guide, power of attorney, all of those things, making sure it's up to date. Why do we want to do that? There's several reasons we want to do that. Why do we spend on every review the first part doing all the non-financial things, going through that? I'm glad it's got it. Why, guys? Yeah, it reinforces that we're different. It reinforces that we care. Also, yes, Mark, it's not about the money, that we're just not about the money. So if we show we're different, show we care, remind them every year of that, and it's not just about the money. When the market goes down, if you are a registered rep or an RIA, when the market goes down, if you're constantly reminding them that you do more than just about the money, what does that do for you when the market goes down? What does that do for you when the market goes down? Yeah, it helps retain clients. Absolutely. It says I do more than just manage money. Don't judge me just based on what the market does. Because if the only thing you do is manage money, guys, guess how they're going to judge you? If the only thing you do is manage money, how are they going to judge you? Based on what? The market goes up, you're doing well. If the market goes down, you're doing poorly. And guys, if the market falls 40%, how much does your income go down? For those of you that do manage money, if the market goes down 40%, how much do you lose in income? Yeah, Nick's got it. Nick said 60%. Why, Nick? Why 60%? You lose more than 40%. Why? You lose clients too. Not only do you lose the income, but you lose clients. Also, what happens to your workload when the market falls 40%? what happens to your workload? Yeah, so now you're busy as heck, working harder than son of a gun for 60 cents or for 40 cents on the dollar. If you instead are constant reinforcing, I do more than just manage money, and we do 50-50. We do 50% in guaranteed stuff, 50% in the market. And what's the only promise? What are the three promises I make when it comes to the market? What are the only, do I ever tell people I've got these great algorithms? Do I ever tell people I've got a great money manager? Do I ever tell people that I've got anything figured out? No, I say, listen, if the market goes up, you're going to make money. If the market goes down, you're going to lose money. Historically, the market has gone up more than down. Those are the only three things. Why shouldn't I tell a client? So Jeff, are you on the call? I know you are, but I'm just giving you a warning so you can figure out how to get on that. So Jeff,
yeah,
why wouldn't I tell somebody? Okay, why wouldn't I tell somebody? Now, here's the thing. Obviously, nobody can promise to beat the market, Jeff, but I have found a manager that does this. He is really concerned about preservation of your capital. So what this manager does is he's never going to give you all of the upside, Jeff. Never going to give you all the upside. But on the down markets, he's going to protect you on the downside. Why shouldn't I ever make that promise to a client?
Well, the problem is you don't know. First of all, you don't know that he can actually do that. I mean, there's a lot of statistics.
Would I put my house up? Would you put your house up for sale, or would you turn your house over to a person under that promise?
No. And if you look at all the studies, you'd see most of the time it's true they don't get all of the upside, but it's not true that they don't capture all of the downside. Most of the time, they do end up capturing the downside because when the market goes down, everything goes down. The other problem with that is I call it statement risk. When your client looks at their statement, they see, well, I'm not doing as good as my neighbors, but I guess, when the market, I guess I'm willing to sacrifice that so that when the market goes down, I won't go down as much. But when they look at their statement, they don't know that their neighbor went down 30 and they only went down 20. All they see is that they went down a lot. It's not worth sacrificing on the upside if I'm just going to lose money when everybody else is losing money.
So two things. One, perfect, Jeff. Two things. One is you can't make that promise to them, and when you say it, guess what they hear? Do they hear, Jeff, that it's just basically an anecdote you tell them, or when you tell them that, they see it as a promise?
No, they see that as a promise.
Yep. And second thing is Jeff points out, when they lose 20%, you can't argue to them, well, you could have lost 30. How do they look at that, guys? when they're down They're down 15, but the market went down 25. What do they say? Thanks. How many guys have that? I've been through that. I have been through that. Do they ever give me a pat on the back for losing less than what the market went down? I've never gotten that. Never. So at your annual review, constantly make sure you do the non-financial before you do the financial. Reminds them, first of all, number one, that I do more than just manage your money. Number two, guys, what's happening to fees? What's happening to fees? They're going down. Is that in the news? For anybody's paying attention, is that in the news? For anybody's paying attention to investing, is that in the news all the time? Yes, it is. It's in the news all the time. Because right now, how many, I've seen now advertised Fidelity and advertising on TV that how much are the fees on their indexes? How much are they paying? How much are the fees? Zero. So when your client sees that you're charging them 1%, 1.5%, or more, what else is going to be under pressure at the end of reviews? Why am I paying these fees? Especially if the market's going down. Okay. So it's also, number one, it's reminding them we do more than just manage money to help us if the market does go down. Number two is validating we're not just being paid a fee for that money management. We're being paid a fee to take care of them holistically, much more than just their money. Does that make sense? And then the third thing it does, and which Glad referred to here a couple in her notes to me, or a message to me, was that it allows us to ask for referrals. Because after we go through the non-financial stuff, remember how the referral script works. First of all, let's see how many of you remember. Why does our referral script work when all the other referral scripts out there, the 10 books on referrals that I have on my shelf, the thousands of articles I've read on referrals, all their referral scripts suck. They all suck. They do not work. Because the last time you were asked for a referral from your car salesman or from your siding salesman saying, hey, do you know some other people I can help? How did that make you feel? Great or awkward? Awkward, because we don't want to sick a salesman on our friend, neighbor, relative. And isn't that basically what all the other referral scripts are talking about? Well, you're not going to get referrals unless you ask for them. Yeah, I don't want to ask for them because it'll make my client feel uncomfortable and awkward. So why does our referral script work when none of the other ones do? Yep, number one, Stephen got it. It focuses on the non-financial. Yep, what else? Yep, Lonnie said, takes the stress off of them. So again, here's how a referral script goes. After I've done an annual review and I've covered the non-financial things, so Jeff, can you role play with me again?
Yep, absolutely.
So Jeff, again, how important are these things that we make sure we keep them up to date and maintained and review them at least annually?
Oh, very important.
Yeah, very important. Because if we did not do that and any of these things happened, how big a problem would we be in?
It would be a big problem.
How much more time, money, and effort and hassle would we have to deal with if we didn't have these things in place and taken care of?
Yeah, it'd be a hassle for sure.
Yeah, and so we've got them in place. We've got them taken care of. Now, do you know, is there any people in your life, friends, neighbors, relatives that, come to you, look for your advice, run things by you, look for your guidance?
Yeah, there's a few people like that.
Yeah,
mostly family.
And the reason I bring that up is of these 7 non-financial things we just covered here, I could spend a half an hour with them, go take care of all these things for them, and then you'll never. and why I'm saying that is because if any of these things happen and they don't have these documents that you have in place, if they don't have these documents in place, they're going to be in how big of a pickle?
They're going to be in a lot of trouble.
And guess whose phone they might just pick up and ask for guidance?
Oh, they'll call me for sure.
Now their problems have become whose problems?
Well, now they're my problems.
So is there anybody you'd like me to spend a half an hour with, take care of these 7 things, give them the forms, have them fill them out, and then presto chango, they're not, their problems don't become your problems. So now who are you helping by making that referral, Jeff?
Well, I'm helping them and I'm helping me.
Most importantly, you're helping who?
Me.
Yeah, you. Because you know what? They think if mom got into this situation, guess who she's going to call? If sis got in this situation, who's she going to call? If Bob, my best friend from work, who kind of relies on me for this stuff, who's he going to call? So that referral script gets them to refer because it helps them. And you can do that at every annual review, guys, every annual review, okay? So that's one way you can be making money during your summer. Do your annual reviews and cover those non-financial things and get those referrals. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? There's the referral script under the archive under the library, archive library, audiovisual school, and it's under the 21 Light process referral script and why it works. So what else can you do? Well, also under the library, under the archive library, we have client advisory board, client appreciation events, the barbecue event, the monthly luncheon, the luau. You can be doing these things as well. And the reason I like doing these things is it allows me, first of all, to see all my clients in a non-financial way. And what they found is that the more non-financial touches you have with a client, the more loyal they become. Not satisfied, loyal. Here's the thing about satisfied clients. All the studies, do you want your clients to be satisfied, guys? Would you be happy if all your clients said that they were satisfied with you? This is a trick question. Would you be happy if all your clients said they were satisfied with you? Yeah, not a lot of people are answering. I think you're all thinking of it. Some of you are saying no. That's right. Yeah. Here's what they found about satisfied clients. Satisfied clients will stay with you until they find something better. Satisfied clients will stay with you until somebody shows them something better. What you want is a loyal client. A loyal client is one that I don't care if somebody shows them something better, they're going to stick with you no matter what. And they found that the best way to turn a satisfied client into a loyal client is to touch them 12 times a year with non-financial touches. Why does it have to be a non-financial touch? Because if I go out on a date with a girl and the only thing I talk about is sex, what does she know about me? The only thing I have on my mind is what? Sex. So if the only reason I contact my clients is about money, and all my newsletters are about money, and all my meetings are about money, every time I get in front of them, it's about money. Guess what they know about me? All I want is their money. So I need to have non-financial touches, and a great way to do that for all my clients, one time, is to send out those handwritten notes, birthdays, client anniversaries, all those kind of things. Another one is to have get-togethers, summer get-togethers. Okay, so we have a couple of summer get-togethers that we have all done for you, which is the barbecue and the luau. I always did barbecues. I had a local nursery that's out in the country, and they had beautiful landscaping, and they would basically give us that for free because they wanted more customers to find them out there to come and buy their plants out there. And then we'd hire a barbecue. Oh boy, what am I thinking of? To a barbecue place to actually do all the food for us. So why do you think? Yeah, thank you, caterer. I had a brain fart there. So why do you think I used a barbecue for catering when I'm going to have 100? And Missy, what percentage of our clients showed up for these barbecues?
Yeah, we had like super high percentage, like 90-95% of our people, and they would actually ask us if we knew the date that we were going to have next year's event. That's how important it was. They were scheduling vacations around coming to our barbecue.
And how fancy was our barbecue? We catered barbecue. We had a DJ there playing tunes. We gave away a bunch of stuff. Did we ever spend more than, say, $2,000 on a barbecue for our 150 clients?
No, it was really inexpensive. That's exactly it. We just had, a DJ that came. We gave away a few little, prizes and little handout type, trinket type stuff. And then, yeah, spent, I think it was like $8 a person, to cater it. So yeah, it was sub $2,000 like clockwork. And that's with even having to put some nice gift cards and stuff in there.
So, it was not expensive. Now, the other thing we did is we bought a bunch of disposable cameras. And we put them on tables, and we encourage people to, it's like the 12-shot disposable cameras. because what we wanted them to do was take a ton of pictures, and we wanted to take a ton of pictures too. You can even hire a photographer to come take tons of pictures. And why do I want to take tons and tons and tons of pictures? I'm going to do two things with them. One is I'm going to find some candid shots of them, and I'm going to mail it to them, thank them for being a client, thank them for coming to the barbecue. What's the other reason I'm going to use it? What else am I going to do with those pictures? When people walked into my office, what was the only artwork on my office? Big picture frames filled with smiling faces. 6 different picture frames, 6 different events, from my Christmas lights tour in the winter and the summer barbecues in the summer. It was filled with happy, not lined up like victims, but instead of collage. You know how like kitty wampus and diagonal and overlapping, but all these smiling pictures. Now, guess what? The first place a prospect would go and look at when they're in my office. Those pictures. And invariably, guess who they'd find in those pictures? This prospects. Who would they find? Yeah, somebody they know. Somebody they know. Now, can an RIA do this? Is an RIA legally okay with doing this? Is a registered rep legally okay with doing this? Can you think of any better way to get references and references than these pictures? What's better, hundreds of smiling clients at your barbecue, or a letter saying, "Boy, you're a great guy"? What are those smiling faces saying? One guy thinks you're a great guy, or what? Oh, and Jeannie brings up a great thing, and happy anniversary, Jeannie, too. So she brought up that they want to be included in that group. They want to be at that next barbecue. So this is a cheap, easy way to have a non-financial contact to turn satisfied clients into loyal clients. It's a great way for you to start to create those letters of reference that you cannot do as an RIA or registered rep by having picture frames full of smiling clients. This is a great thing to do, and you'll always invariably guess what you find when you do one of these things. Not a lot of money, because we never promote a product. It's all about having fun. It's all about a meeting and greeting and getting people to know each other, and it's about creating a family with our clients. So we were not looking for money, but invariably, guess what we found? Money. It may have been from a referral. It may be somebody says, Mike, we got to get together with you because blah, 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 or we got to get together with you because my mom needs this help, and blah, blah, blah. So they would invariably come, I find some money. None of these were ever paid out of pocket. I always found some money at these. So this is a great thing to do in the summer as well. I love the barbecue. It's simple and easy. Some people, we have we have the luau as well. So you can see we have Tricia and Missy have done a great job of putting together a manual on how to do the barbecue event, step by step, how to do the luau, step by step. Another thing that you can do with the monthly luncheon is take one of your best clients, and that's what this one here is about. Take one of your best clients. Don't want to do this to all your clients, but every month take one of your best clients and do a birthday bash for them. And what you're going to do is you're going to work with their spouse, and then you're going to invite all their friends, neighbors, relatives. Then you're going to host this little birthday lunch for them at a local restaurant. And again, it's amazing. I have one guy that's all he does for marketing is these monthly events for his monthly birthday events for his clients, and he'll always get 1 or 2 referrals from those monthly luncheons. That's another thing you can be doing, not just in the summer, but all year long. It does not take a lot of time and effort. After the first one, it takes a little bit of time and effort because you got to figure out how to get it set up. But after you've done the first one, guess what you do? Same thing over and over and over again for your for the next person. Same restaurant, same approach, same everything. So the first time it's a little bit, it's a cookie cutter after that. Does that make sense? So does that give you some ideas on what you can be doing this summer? And reviews, getting referrals, explaining why covering those non-financial things to get referrals to show why you're that you're different from everybody else, that you care, why you charge fees is not just for the money management money, but holistically protect you when the market does go down. Get in front of more non-financial touches with these events that you can have. find more clients with a monthly birthday party for one of your clients. These are things that you can get going in the summer. And the other thing you should be doing in summer is what? What else should you be doing in the summer? What else should you be doing in the summer? Making sure that you get the scripts down, not so that you know them, because I know so many of you know the scripts now, but you don't want to get them down till you know them. You want to do them till you can't get them wrong. Does that make sense? Can't get them wrong. Oh, Paul asked at the birthday gathering, how do you get your name noticed? What you do is you're the host. So you're saying, we're here today. Basically, you're the host, making sure that everybody knows that your client has a birthday, that how great a guy he is, and you're just there as a member. And then guess what? Guess what your client does with everybody at the luncheon. That's what the client tells everybody at the luncheon without you saying a single word. What are they going to tell everybody there? What a great guy you are. And guess what everybody at the luncheon is thinking? Guess what everybody at the luncheon is thinking? That's it. Stephen finally got it. My guy doesn't do that. That's what they think. My guy doesn't do that. So it's a great way to meet folks, and they're going to say, I'd like to meet with you at least to run things by you. So they at that point they're willing to give you a second opinion. You don't bring it up, they bring it up. It's crazy how well it works without you selling a single thing, just being a good guy and being there. Make sense? Good. So when you've mastered crib notes and the motive, when you've done your daily practice of 15-minute drills, mastering your scripts, not till you got them down like most of you do, but till you can't get them wrong, which everybody can still use some help with. Those 5-minute money makers breakdowns, that's when you're going to get every client to bring in, or that you see, to give you all of their money and make you their advisor. So appreciate all of you. You have a great rest of the weekend. We'll talk to you all next Monday. Thanks, everybody.